The history of the world is the sum of what could have been avoided. I am against any superstition, be it Muslim, Christian, Jewish or Buddhist. Scientists try to make the impossible possible. The politicians for doing the impossible. Slander is always simple and credible. Being able to spend free time in an intelligent way is the ultimate result of civilization. That science can last a long time depends on psychology. It depends on what people want. What a fine world where no one is allowed to trade on the stock exchange unless he has passed the Greek economics and poetry exams, and where politicians are required to have a solid knowledge of history and modern novels. Many of the difficulties the world experiences are due to the fact that the ignorant are perfectly safe and the intelligent are full of doubts. The world needs an open mind and heart, and this cannot be derived from a rigid system whether old or new. Don't think it's convenient to act to hide the evidence, because the test is finally revealed. Be honest in the truth, even if the truth is uncomfortable, because it is more uncomfortable when you try to hide it. Of all the forms of prudence, prudence in love is perhaps the deadliest to authentic happiness. The wise man only thinks of his evil when it leads to something practical. All other moments he devoted to other things. The conclusion is that we know very little, but it is amazing how much we know. And it is even more amazing that such a small amount of knowledge can give so much power. The wise use of leisure time is a product of civilization and education. Mathematics can be defined as a subject for which we never know what we are saying or if what we are saying is true. Many things that are considered idealism are hatred or love for masks. The generation that does not support boredom will be the generation with low scores. The most enlightened among the Greeks held that slavery was justified as long as the masters were Greeks and the slaves were barbarians, but the opposite case goes against nature. The most difficult things to learn in life are what bridges to cross and what bridges to burn. A wise man only thinks about his troubles when he has some object. If not, think of something else. A happy man is one who lives objectively, who is free in affection and has broad interests, which ensures happiness through this interest and affection, which, in turn, makes it an object of interest, and the love of many others. Mathematics has not only truth, but also supreme beauty. A cold and harsh beauty, like a statue. A symptom that you are approaching a nervous breakdown is believing that your job is very important. When you encounter opposition, even if it comes from your husband or children, try to deal with it with reason and not authority, for victory dependent on authority is unreal and illusory. Be careful about the truth, even if the truth is uncomfortable, because it is more uncomfortable when you try to hide it. It is concern for wealth, more than anything else, that prevents man from living a noble and free life. The good life is a life inspired by love and guided by knowledge. I purposely assert that Christianity, as organized, has been and still is the main enemy of moral progress in the world. Not having the things you want is an indispensable condition of happiness. Educators, more than any other professional class, are the guardians of civilization. As far as I am concerned, I believe that the theoretical tenets of communism are wrong, and I think that the practice of its maxims immeasurably increases human suffering.